Yeah. Hey, man, it's going all right. It's good to see you. Looking bright over there, man. I'm kind of envious of just how lovely and bright it looks. We're having a great day in Nashville, but it's good. The peas need it. We're trying to grow a trellis of peas, and that's vitally important. We need some great. I don't know. They need a water. They need God's water. Don't we all? Yeah, man. Well, it's good to be here, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah. Oh yeah, man, that was a great day. I mean, we got a chance. I was playing with a band of really crazy musicians. They were called the Royal Pharaohs, and we just having an opportunity to come in and just go to Blackbird once we'd played a few shows. It's something that I've often wanted to do as a musician. Just have a chance to play a bit and
Yeah.
then go into a studio and sort of track. So we kind of had the song down a little bit as a
Hmm.
band. And then obviously Jakir and Blackbird and all of that. It was just a treat, man.
That's
And everyone
awesome.
was it's been great just to see. I mean, I've been doing my show, hanging out with audiophiles for, over 2 years now.
Hmm.
Jakir's been on there and with loads of other guests. And it's just really nice to see this side of the audio world a little bit. Being a touring musician and interacting with a certain side of the business.
Hmm.
It's really different when meeting you guys and just seeing other people who are making hardware and software and giving tools to all the creatives. It's a different energy. There's some really amazing people out there. It's been great to get to know them.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Well, man, so apparently this was a very one-sided conversation for the beginning of our chat because I forgot to re-enable my mic out to the stream, so everyone's heard your side of the conversation and totally
No,
missed mine.
no, no.
Don't worry, that you guys did not miss much. It was just
Ah,
it was me getting into some good stories here with Jamie. Uh,
yeah.
but in case
You're
you guys,
speaking in German actually, which is really impressive.
thank you for recognizing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
It was a mixture of German and Esperanto, which I've never heard before.
I, you
Obviously
know,
the listeners will never know, but it was bloody marvelous.
thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And I'm sorry, guys. It was a one
Unglaublich.
time. It was a one time only thing. It's something. I was possessed there for a moment.
You were locked in the dark corridor of the interweb,
Exactly.
screaming into the ether, "Ah," silently.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Well, so Jamie, you've been kind of chipping away with some stuff inside of Luna. What's your impression so far of because you've used so many different tools I know in the past for making music. Just love to kind of hear what are your first impressions of Luna so far.
It works, which is amazing.
Hmm.
No, that's no mean feat. I mean, I think it was really obvious from the beginning that it just has a sort of ease of use, which is not to like belittle it at all. It's actually really hard to achieve this kind of almost, you don't need a manual. You go, oh, that should do that. No, it does.
Hmm.
There's nothing really hidden once you know where the screens are. You can just get started. And I think that's just super. That's great. I mean, that's really when you're tracking something, you want to get moving, you want to get a sound.
Yeah.
I love recording and committing, and it kind of encourages that for me, even more so than having, separate app and then kind of going into console. And then, there's always that dash between console and the app.
Hmm.
It gets a little bit old sometimes. And so I would tend to just not do that really,
Yep.
just do all of the processing later. But I actually really like as an artist, and I'll try and demonstrate it now. Like, I like to make those commitments as I'm putting stuff down and then deal with it later. Some of those happy accidents that's what you want, isn't it?
Hmm.
So yeah, it's really been good just for that, just adding record effects and making different sounds, say for a mic and having one that's really blown out and just going, oh, let's try a vocal with that. And once
Yeah.
you've got it set up and the chain is going, you can just record with those effects and it's like super
Hmm.
It increases that flow, and that I think it's just in 2020, it's all about that somehow.
Yeah.
Just moving fast and getting that thing down, and it's really a promising start to the software. And hey, man, I mean, it's version 1. It's really a
Right.
very nice version 1.
It's the amount that it does for right out of the gate, and a lot of it's built on we're obviously building off of everything we've learned and created for console, but now kind of taking that to that next step. And yeah, it's really cool to see where they started, but also then knowing the fact that it's going to keep on growing from here. I can only
Oh yeah,
imagine what it's going to do like a year
like a
from now.
tree. It's gonna be like you need a trellis for this thing, man. It's gonna grow like
It's going to grow like a vine.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
man.
Well, man, we could probably sit here and just chit chat about it all day, and people would
I
still
will.
watch us and still love it. The comments and the love coming through here on the chat is amazing.
All right,
Um,
guys. This is God's nectar,
mhm.
Nashville style. Uh, there you go. You need a bit of that.
You do.
More the merrier.
I'm
Yeah.
still over here sipping on my morning coffee.
Okay. Oh, really? I'm kind of envious. That looks good. Yeah, coffee.
Stays warm for extra long. But yeah. So what? Talk us through what's the you've got this really cool varispeed trick that I know
Yeah.
you love and use, and now it's actually even easier to do with using Luna. You want to share your screen, and I can switch
Yeah,
over the
man.
audio, and let's
Let's try.
instead of
Let's
sitting
try.
here chit chat, and let's hear some music.
All right, here it is. Where's Luna? Luna. Is it just oh boy. This? Yeah, I'm just no, I don't want to share just the plugin. No. Okay. For some reason Luna's disappeared. There it is. Now it's appeared again. Try that. How's that? That looking more like it?
There we go. Yep.
Wonderful. We have some very imaginatively named tracks. Does it work when I do that zooming? Do you see any zooms? You don't.
No, it stays
That's a
zoomed
shame.
out.
All right. Well, yeah. So I've got my mic coming in here,
Mhm.
and for example, we were talking about using record effects. I'm coming in pretty hot right now, so I'm going to this down and just add, what you might add. I'll pop a de-esser on there. Pop a little de-ess on there because I probably want that later. And then pop what we pop on there, get imaginative here. Let's get imaginative. But hey, man, this is good stuff. And that's giving us some juice. Let's pop in a chain here. Why not pop
Just a
in
little default settings right here.
Yeah, just pop chain.
So is this kind of like your go-to for Neve suppressor 1176 LA2A?
I mean, I like this kind of approach of having like a fairly brutal hit on a 1176 going into an LA2A. I just think that's a nice little combo. Yeah. I mean,
a little fast, a little slow.
Yeah, and it's a little, a something. It's a little juice to put on your signal, and this stuff will get recorded down, and why not? And I'll add a send. Let me just add a send. Why not 2? Let's add 2.
When in Luna, use.
Yeah, all right. So I'll what do I want to pop on those? I'll just pop on a chamber, since that was a connection. Pop on a little chamber for us there. It's not called anything right now. 1, 2, and there we go. It's all just happening with no need for me to go and change settings, like what's my latency going to be, what's my buffer size, and that's a huge deal. Actually, I was actually looking for that today. I was like, oh wow, what are my settings? I was like, completely forgot. You don't need to do that. So there I go. I've just set up a little world here. I'll
Nice.
put that wet, and I do like this guy.
That's a great delay. Do you have a favorite mode inside the Korg?
Oh yeah, I'll put on 5.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure. I want to make sure you're one of those cool
Thanks.
kids on 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. 5, you got me. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Oh, no, I want to send to 2. Oh, baby. Oh, oh, yeah. What am I doing wrong now?
So
Oh,
we ended up not
my
using the
cue.
cues. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
That confused me for a sec. Okay, here we go. That's more like it. I'll have this
Well,
one.
so you're gonna send the
Yeah.
chamber into the delay.
Yeah. Let's send the
You
chamber in
crazy
there.
man. I like you. I like it.
But what did I do wrong there?
It might not work during ARM.
Oh, really?
Trying to
Okay.
feed one bus into another bus.
Well, there
I
you
think
go.
once you take it out of record, then it would work.
There you go. Let's see if that works.
There we go.
Good to know. I didn't try that like that before. Okay, good. So anyway,
Well,
whatever.
and actually, I've never tried that either. So, pro
Yeah,
tip:
yeah, there
you can use ARM. You can send into buses, but you can't send one bus to another bus.
There you go. You see,
Kind of makes sense because
we're
it's
learning.
a lot of a follow-ons there.
So I've got a little track waiting for a little bit of audio, and I'm gonna bung in. This is something that I did recently. I think the de-essing is a little bit brutal, actually. Hang on a minute. It's killing my vibe. This
Just taking all the
this
all the enunciation out.
S is a bit much. Let's just pull it up a bit. There you go. And okay, so I was going to say this loop here comes from I'll take the reverb off of my voice maybe when I'm talking. It's a little bit sad. Okay, so yeah, this is going to come from a pack that I just put out, isolation loops. It was a response. I don't know if people out there are familiar with Heinbach. He's a very entertaining YouTube personality from Berlin. I really love the guy. He does great in-depth videos about equipment that you often never see. And
I was like, I've seen stuff on his channel I've never actually seen or heard of before.
Which is great, right? So, I mean, he's been a great inspiration for a while, and he put out a pack of isolation loops that was free on Bandcamp. And I thought, I don't have a Bandcamp, and Bandcamp is cool. And I need a Bandcamp, and I'm going to do a little response pack. So I did my own little response pack of loops and sounds once Heinbach had done that. So anyone can go over to my Bandcamp page and find these isolation loops. And this is one of them. This is a little chop of it that I know is at 82 BPM, which is, just a little bit of homework I did before the show, so I'm not messing about. But I'm just going to loop this up a bit.
Nice.
And then it's like a cooking show, isn't it?
It's like this is your mise en place right here.
Yeah. So I pop my verb back on. And then, let's get straight into some varispeed joy, shall we? At the moment, this track is on the polyphonic mode. Sorry, I'm in a reverberant chamber for no reason.
Just because it sounds good.
I live in a chamber the entire time. I put it in a varispeed mode and just turn the mode to tempo. And I already worked out, and I've got to turn this off. It's just it's too much.
It's too rich. Too rich for your blood.
Yeah, there's a good app on the old phone called Music Maths, which is worth getting, I'd say. It's just a handy utility. And one of the things that gives you access to a session like this, for example, 82 BPM, you might be curious what the tempo would be if it were down 2 semitones. In this case, I looked it up on that Music Maths app on the phone. It's 73.05. And if you want to go down 5 semitones, that's 61.43. Something I prepared.
You've got it all figured out. He's done all the math.
Yeah, we would chip. But I mean, in my case, I'll be honest, when I do these varispeed things, I don't really tend to care about that stuff. I'll just throw it in some kind of...
Because it's all relative in the end, right?
Yeah, it's all relative in the end. You speed it up, la-di-da. But I did think, and I'm not sure whether we'll get round to this, I did think what could be kind of cool is do a commitment to an auto-tune in a different key. Do you know what I mean? And then when it pitches back up, it will be in the correct new key. And I even thought what you could do is do a track and slightly offset the BPM with that happening. So you'd get a detuned auto-tune, because you'd get the auto-tune against itself only by a few BPM. Do you know what
That
I'm
actually
saying?
make it sound pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Uh-huh.
wide auto tune. So I don't know. Those are just ideas. I didn't actually get round to trying them, but I don't know how long we've got. I mean, we could always try. Why not? So anyway, I'll slow this down. Here we go. This is what it is at 82. Before I get carried away here, this is the original loop playing at the original speed. Cool.
Very cool. Is that so that's a piano? Is that one of your pianos, or is this
That's
one of the
actually
Heimbach things that you then
no. I mean, all
reprocess?
these sounds are from my room. I mean, this is
Hmm.
actually this is actually a processed. This isn't my piano. There are a lot of samples from my. I've got a little Steinway upright in the corner that was a real cheap find in Nashville. One of those beautiful things about Nashville, the Craigslist is amazing here. I found like a
Yeah.
Publison Infernal machine. I've got so many weird things just from looking over the years. So this Steinway was it's quite beat up, and she's an old lady, but she's really got some charm. Really a
Hmm.
sustainy thing. But yeah, this is just some loop that I thought was musical enough to come up with an idea. I don't have a song for this, but there are some lyrics that my wife and I often work on songs, and she handed me some stuff this morning, and I said, "Oh, I'll just improvise," because I mean, this is how I really write music. So I haven't written this song, but I like this loop, and I've got a
And so this is how
microphone.
your songs typically start, right? It's like
Yeah,
I've got a loop I like, I've got some lyrics
right.
ideas, and
And
then
and
improv from
and
there.
see, yeah. So maybe before I start laying down like a lead vocal, say, this is often when I'll use this slow down technique, So let's just instantly slow it down to, 61.43, even though I don't really care about the relative speeds. This is 5 semitones lower than the original, so quite juicy, isn't it, down there? Ooh, even more exotic. So I'll just start singing on this, man. Ooh, oh, 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 and then we'll put that guy. Oh god! Every time I need to turn this reverb off. I need like a second mic that doesn't have reverb. Okay, here we go. So yeah, what you might want to do is just change the tempo back to 82. But let's try it. What's going to happen then? You'll get. Oh, it's going to be
So now
weird.
the pitch of your loop came back up, but your vocal stayed the same.
Yeah, it ain't gonna work. You need to hang on a minute. Yeah, I kind of want a second channel for my voice, so it's always on. It's just
Hmm.
move myself. Maybe I'll just duplicate this track. How about that?
There you go. Yep.
So now I don't have to worry. My takes will just be down below. So yeah, this one needs to go in the same mode. Basically, you want to pop this into varispeed as well, and you want to make sure it's on tempo. Otherwise, it will do some weirdness. And let's see. Or before we do it, let's because it was sung with reverberation. Why didn't we
The
add?
reverberation.
We should add some reverberation. It's got some, hasn't it? Yeah, because it was too. So that last bit. Well, anyway, I'll keep playing it. Maybe some other nuggets there. I might just want to keep
Ooh.
those bits because they were cool. I like them. Just kind of try to maybe focusing on that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'll just maybe pitch the whole guy down again.
So for everyone that's following along at home, the key to this trick is putting these tracks into varispeed mode.
Right.
So by being in mode tempo and being in warp on varispeed, it's gonna, as he slows down or speeds up the track, the tempo and the pitch are tied together. So now he's coming down to 40. It's going to go even slower. It's going to go even lower. But you can sing in your natural range.
How slow can we go? Let's see how 40.
Exactly.
But I'll hear this other one kind of low. Look. That's great, isn't it? So let's just, I'll just sing along with that guy. That's again. Then we let's see if we can see if that guy works. I'm just going to keep duplicating this guy because I need to keep.
Yep.
So thank you. That's cool. Oh, input can just be on. I see. I'm learning. See, I'm learning all the time. So
then you're gonna want to make sure that one gets set to
there
varispeed
you go.
as well.
See, my little wish list for UA would be that it kind
Hand
of
controls right there.
That it knows that you know that they kind of.
Oh, you want it to think ahead. You want it to read your mind and then do the pan settings.
Yeah, I'll just sort of know. Yeah, you know, you can but dream. And then, well, let's see. So we've got now. Yeah, of course. Nice, man. And we'll pitch it back up to 82. It's great. And then that one's really high. But then, so like for that, typically, as people who have seen my Sound Toys video will know that I'm fond of using, I'll put on the Altar Boy because, you know, there it is.
Get in there and get even weirder with it.
Well, it's just you can pull the Formant down so it's not quite as chipmunky. You know what I mean? It's nice like that. You can even, that one could even do down the octave. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. You can have all manner of variety with these things, you know, and it's very quick and it takes you out of, well, first of all, what's great is if you don't alter the Formant center. I mean, ultimately, there was a great video from the Melodyne guys. You've seen the crazy inventor of Melodyne. I'm assuming that's him that's talking on this video. And he's explaining the nature of sound and he morphs. You know, he basically turns a clarinet, I think, into a saxophone because they're quite related instruments. But he was explaining that a voice character is defined by its Formant center in a lot of ways. So if you alter your Formant center, you're really accessing a new you. So this trick without a modified Formant is a little bit different to altering the Formant on a take and its real speed.
Yeah. It's making it a very different character to the voice. Yeah, it just
not only that, but of course you've got, look, let's try a crazy one where we're down in the lower realms, say. I don't even know what key we're in now. It's so low. Oh boy, where is that? I mean, whatever, you know, you just end up, who knows whether I will catch anything from that. It's too slow. But
exactly.
But there might be, you never know with this trick.
You never know what you end up with.
You know, you're sort of going fishing and like, which I just, there I am.
Yep.
Which is also, you know, just it's the cool thing about it, you know. You know what I mean? You end up in some, you just end up in some Oh, and what's nice, he'll whip that guy, you know.
There you go.
Well, now maybe we need our second. Maybe now we can get into second sand land.
Mm-hmm. Throw the delay in that.
Why didn't it work? Is it because I got the input on again?
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Try. Oh, it might be. It might be the bus 1 to bus 2 feed.
Oh yeah.
You take that off.
How do I remove that? Actually,
So on the left side, see there's those modifier buttons.
over here.
Yep. So one of them says remove.
Why am I not seeing that?
Just a little to the right. Yeah. Oh, almost there. A little more to the right.
This. There you go.
Yep, that works too.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know how to do that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You know. So you got. It's kind of like the sound of the piano, you know. I mean, we just started to carve away at this, you know. We're in effects land here, you know. If we just have like a less low end. You know, you just end up in some cool zones with it. You know, and you can end up with. It's kind of sweet.
It's super cool.
Yeah, you know, and what I've enjoyed, you know, obviously having these Formant altering devices, we can. Where are we? We're on this clip, and then I want. Where's my Formant? Here's my Formant, so I can just get going and, you know, draw some on. Because obviously that was sounding cool. That was sounding like. Oh, come on. There you go. You know, maybe that guy is cool. It's kind of sweet. You know, just effects, you know, for days. You can just, and I mean, I get a lot of joy out of that kind of thing. And you know what I'd say for people who are producers and working with other vocalists, I'm often in the position where I'm like tracking or trying to vocal produce or whatever. I find that in sessions, if you're a bit stark or the song feels a bit traditional, or you know what I mean, you don't know, have ideas for backing vocals. I've really seen a lot of singers really come out of their shell when they kind of are given the freedom to just make shapes like this and just kind of spray notes, and they kind of are always like really buzzing just to hear their voice after and go, whoa, that's nuts. And you know what I mean? It gives you.
Well, it puts like a huge smile on their face, and they're just like, "Whoa, it sounds like that. That's just cool," and it gets them jazzed and like ready to do more.
You're messing with the song, and you may not have. You may have been working on the song for ages, and just doing a chopped and screwed on it makes everyone go, "Whoa, that song sounds crazy." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything sounds so like twisted, and I mean, I will say, speeding it up isn't quite as joyous a process. We can try.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my next question. It was like, what happens if we go the opposite direction here and go?
We can try.
Start faster and then bring it back down.
You know, that's kind of cool. You can end up with some relatively all right stuff, but for me, it's just not quite. Hello, it's not quite the same buzz because, you're moving fast all of a sudden when you're slow.
And then you have to bring it back down. Yeah. But I'm interested. Like, you had little snaps in there.
Yeah,
what those are going to do?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. doesn't really do much. I was
Oh, you gotta bring the tempo
fast
back.
speed. I was like, hang on a minute. There you go. It can get trippy in this world, man. There you go. Yeah, man, I think you're right. Let's only do the clicks. Even though, like, this song is like, I might need the click. Let's do it with the click.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, let's do some percussion. Fast. Go. Yeah, man. Why not? It's good fun. And then, am I just doing this a really convoluted way, creating a duplicate? Well, it works.
There's,
It works.
I mean, it's the best way to keep all the effects on there the way you're doing it. But you could also, there's some shortcuts for like being able to drop clips down from one track to another.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that would be good. Go. Needs more verb.
Yeah, it does.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Whoop. Where was that coming in? I'll just pop this EQ on there again. I'm just going to get rid of all that shit. Clicks are the best. Yeah, man. Okay, here we go. Here goes. Mama. Yeah, we'll call one at the real tempo. No, never record at the right tempo.
No. What's
Never.
the fun in that?
No, never record at the right tempo. Yeah, okay, so now I want to duplicate this. Can I duplicate it more than once?
Mm-hmm.
I just have to do it like that, right?
Yep.
Crude vibes.
Just leave it down there, exactly.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so we've got more of those guys. Uh-oh. Not that, though. Yeah, and all of these guys clearly want to be in
They all want to be
very speed. I mean, what could be nice is to... Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that nice little grouping.
That's what we like to call selection grouping.
Yeah.
So it's where whatever, if you've got a group of tracks collected, their faders, their pan pots, everything will kind of work together.
Yeah, like that. The fades worked as well. Super nice, easy. Kind of like that kind of stuff. Just like some ambience in the back. Kind of makes me want to like have something that's just some, you know.
You want something else in there? A little something.
I feel like my it could be nice to. Don't know if we can get over there. Don't know if I'm going to be able to.
Just describe it to people.
Yeah,
Do the radio broadcast.
We'll pull a Niagara in just for mechanical noise.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to really need to boost the hell out of I just want it going. I just want to hear that signal. Let me just boost it like crazy so we just get that motor sound. Yeah, let's pop some of that in there. It's kind of cool. I might just do that at the real speed. I don't know. Bye-bye, Nagra. I now can't remember what my setting was. It's all just distorted now. But that's cool. But quite nice, all that stuff, isn't it?
It's so cool.
And let me just
that's a fun texture in there.
Yeah, I mean, what you might want to do. I'm just gonna start. Oh, takes a second to come back. Oh, it's quite nice, all distorted, isn't it? That makes me kind of almost.
That's a Neve push to the
Yeah,
edge thing.
just do that and pull it down a bit. Whoa. Yeah, and just go a little bit more nuts on it.
All the way up.
Oh. Yeah, I sometimes, like if I'm going to do this, I might lose that chamber, who cares? I just, maybe I want to sing a little lead vocal on there first before I do this.
Not going to do the full commit to the
I quite like it. Yeah, we could. Why not? Yeah, I think why not? I quite like that idea. Yeah, it's good. And what I might do with a track like this is, because it's kind of mechanical shit, I might just take a nugget and just pop it on that track. Do you know what I mean? So we've got.
A little
I probably want to do a low cut on that stuff. I've been enjoying this API. This is great.
Yeah, I've just gotten back into that one too.
I mean, how cool is that? I'm real dummy with that stuff sometimes. I just I really like
nice
graphic
just to pull it over to the left. And
yeah.
No more low end for you.
Yeah, totally. It's really. I mean, that kind of looped would probably be kind of nice. No, we're hearing it on one side only. Oh yeah, it's kind of loud when it goes to the high stuff. And see, that fast one turned out to be kind of cool. So all right, well, let me just try and do some other vocals, a lead vocal at the real I might do it a little bit slower, because I kind of like that effect, and we'll try a little bit more last minute stuff on it. All right, so I'll just try and sing what I've got in front of me. I'll leave all the other tracks in. What I had to say, not today. You don't wanna hear from me, not today, not right now. I roll myself in cellophane, tuck behind the towels, close the closet door. Oh, now I need to do that bit again. I need the click. Where is that click? Okay, let's try that with that on. Roll myself in cellophane, tuck behind the towels, close the closet door on me, and make it go away for now. Oh, for now. Oh, for now. I guess until it goes away. Oh, 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 till it goes away. you know, vibes, and then and just try and we're probably what I'd end up doing on that is just duplicate. Needless to say, my AC's come on. Can you hear that big fan? That's part of the vibe, isn't it? Now, it's not letting me duplicate. What am I doing? Yes. Joy of joys. I'm really like enjoying this super hot signal. That's great.
It's such a good. It's not like a digital clip. It's like an actual. It sounds like you're overdoing a Neve Pre.
Yeah, and then maybe just a whap one. Oh, this might be dangerous. If I've got automation on one, I think it pulls it over. I think I'll just pull another one on. And then, you know, we're going to be in that slower territory. This guy back to varispeed, obviously you're 82 again. It might sound a little bit... You don't wanna know what I had to say, not today. You don't wanna hear from me, not today, not right now. Roll myself in cellophane, tuck behind the towels, close the closet door on me, and make it go away for now. Oh, for now. It's nice like that. There we go.
Yeah.
You don't wanna know what I had to say, not today. You don't wanna hear from me, not today, not now. Roll myself in cellophane, tuck behind the towels, close the closet door on me. See, I might like to automate something like this. Sounds like such a weird section. Kind of like might want to just actually automate that kind of stuff and just make it a layer. Almost don't think of it as a lead vocal. It's just the sound, you know? Roll myself in cellophane, tuck behind the towels, close the closet door on me. The towels, close the closet door on me, and make it go away. I mean, it's nice there. And make it go away. Close the closet door on me, and make it go away. Close the closet door on me, and make it go away. For now, for now, oh, for now, for now, oh, for now. I guess until it goes away. Oh, 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 till it goes. No, that's tighter. Oh, 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 goes away. See, I might want to spin this guy down a little bit just for low. Goes away. Even lower. Goes away. Doesn't do that thing. Yeah, and you just...
That's going to sound super cool sped up.
Yeah, so you just keep going. I mean, that's very British of me, isn't it? It's just that British advice. Keep going, old chap.
Just keep on going.
Just keep going, whatever you do. Don't bloody stop. I might just turn my distortion down just a little bit for the talky bits, but I feel like maybe my job is done here. You know, I feel like this would be something that I might do to make a track actually, and it
Will you
was.
actually do this much varispeeding over and
Oh
over again?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just and with other instruments, of course, that's where the semitonal shifts really do come in handy, because say on a piano, you're down 5 semitones, and then you're really
Yep.
playing in key, and then
Exactly.
of course you've got so much more time to do runs and what have you. You could end up with all kinds of unknown motifs. You start to have a pizzicato piano. It sounds like a violin all of a sudden. It just opens up each instrument. So I know I've gone.
Well, it's really
through
cool because
this.
it is such a like old school analog technique.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is something you could do on an old tape machine.
Yeah, and it's
But
beautiful
now
in
doing
Luna. It's very easy. I mean, you
Yeah.
can do it in most DAWs, but I was really glad to see that it's really elegantly done. I will say sometimes in other DAWs, you do get you can pick up quite a lot of clicks and pops when you start to do this, and it's not been like that in Luna. It's been good, and that's massive. And also the latency is a big deal, because obviously you still really need to be in time. So all of this low latency monitoring business is just a dream, and that really does.
Well, now it's all kind of like you just said earlier, having it all in one place. So you're just hitting record on a track and you're getting a low latency feedback to your headphones. That's all you ever need.
It is. I mean, and then you're just recording, you're making music, and you can. Oh, where it is. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice in a way to maybe, I don't know, is it crazy to actually do that? I haven't tried doing that on this.
It will work. I did this on a session the other day.
Oh, yeah, right on. Oh, yeah. Can you tell me how to set it at the beginning to 82?
Yep. So
Just double click on it.
There you go. And then just go a little bit left. So right next to the tempo, a little plus sign will show. The word tempo, a little bit more to the left.
No, I
There you
see.
go.
Yep.
There you go.
So we'll
Type
start
in
82 in here. Okay, great. And then maybe for that line, it was really cool. Slow. We're going to slow the whole track. Make it go away, and it's slow. I'm just going to do it on that to slow it down. So how do you ramp it down?
Change your grid by snap. Change that to like 32 or 64.
Yeah.
And then now hold control.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the pencil tool, and now you can just draw.
Oh boy. Just a random position. Oh, down.
Exactly.
But now can I double click on this guy?
Well, you can.
Sort
If
of
you want to set a
exact-
specific one for that spot, then you would
back
do
to
the
the
plus sign
add.
by the tempo.
Look at that.
Exactly.
We might as well make it one of our golden tempos, right? Then it will be, and if I wanted to play another instrument on it, it would somehow do it. Let's hear it. Oh, bit back. Quite like that kind of vibe. It's a bit
Oh, that was about to be sick.
too brutal. Here we go.
Close the closet door on me. Close
It's just going to be like that forever. Okay. There we go. Close the closet door on me. It's the R. Kelly vibes.
Close the closet door on me.
You know what I mean? You could really,
That's so cool.
yeah, you could, you might be able to take the music track,
Closet door on me.
maybe just not have that happen. Maybe just go.
Closet door on me.
No, that. I don't probably cutting time there. Just in using these brutal things to your advantage. Now let's see what happens here, because I'm curious what happens if I keep recording as it's moving varispeed. Let's try.
Closet door on me.
What's that going to do? Just a flat note, like.
Yeah, it should stay
So I
unless you
keep-
put it down onto a track.
Cellophane. Top of her toes. Close the closet door on me.
Okay, so here we go. So,
The closet,
up.
the closet door on me.
So yeah, so since you recorded it with the tempo change in there, I think it's
Yeah,
gonna
it just
stay
ignored
locked.
it. Isn't that funny? There you go, see? But is there a way possibly to make it record a shift? If I did it in not varispeed mode. If I now put that in time? No.
Yeah, I think exactly. If you put it in time,
Would that do it? Who knows?
I think you'd have to record it in time mode and then move it into tempo mode.
Would that work? Should we try it?
Let's try it.
Let's try it. I'm not okay. So we'll record it in tempo mode now, right? We'll keep this as record this in everyone. No, in time mode.
Yeah, in time mode, exactly.
Everything
And then
else
we'll
is
switch
in
it.
tempo. All right, here we go. Yep. I'll just do a straight note so we can hear it.
Close the closet door on me.
Okay. Now, how do I do? Can I just do the old?
X down. Yep, and then
Okay.
C.
It's familiar from a certain other application. Here we go.
Closet door on me.
No. Doesn't
Nope,
do
it's
it.
saying-
Man,
warp
I'm
is
in
mixed.
Time.
Closet door on me.
No. Okay.
Exactly. There you go.
Door on me.
There you go. Weird. Won't do it.
Closet door on me.
It doesn't care. Which is quite cool.
Yep, it's
really.
like
Door on
a
me.
screw your tempo ramp.
That's kind of nice. It just ignores the tempo map. Yeah, in that regard. But I mean, something to be mindful of if you want things to kind of bend down. You won't be able to do that unless it's not been bent down before. All these things are what you learn when you do this weird stuff. I mean, can you tell me how to quickly put something in reverse?
I can't because we don't have reverse in V1.
Oh, no reverse.
No reverse in
with
V1.
this technique, reverse is quite good.
Because then you're getting reversed and pitched and everything.
Yeah. But before we end this, maybe I was going to say, what's cool with all of these record effects? Maybe instead of this rather traditional effect here, why don't we go to? Let me just get another one. Let's put on the Korg. This guy, and just up the intensity. Maybe pull that down low, and then over this, and see what happens when we retract that, and do the varispeed thing. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, all of the speed of these modulations will get faster. So we want to make sure this modulation in the beginning is really slow, because it's just going to be obnoxiously loud, up high. All these things are useful. Obviously, we can do that as we're recording. So let's do that as we're recording. Okay. It's too slow. It keeps recording the latest when you do that. Cool. Why not, But that kind of stuff, you'll end up, what I tend to do is just sift through this stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just making yourself little samples and clips.
Totally, man. And you end up with stuff that you wouldn't do normally. Maybe you would do this normally. Maybe this is your total normal stuff.
Maybe, for you, this is normal, right?
Cool. Oh yeah, we're still at 82. No. like that kind of. Now, one question I had for you was, say I want to render this now, and I want to get it back to a mode where I can now, let's duplicate this, and I want to like harmonize just this block, but I can't do it because it's in tempo mode. I'm varispeed mode. I want to get it out of varispeed mode, but maintain the effect that it had.
So you should be able to
reprint it. Basically.
Option Shift 3. That's the consolidate clip.
Yep. That consolidate and put it back into regular mode. Fantastic.
Yep, exactly.
Keep myself on. Let's just hear those nuggies. A lot of top on them now.
So now, because now they're both on the same.
What's that?
Right? Are they both the same pitch?
Yeah, the same. Exactly, but now we can do this guy, right? No, that one, sorry.
We'll zoom in a little bit. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Something like that, you know. Then you're going to... Oh, that's an ugly one. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Then fade in even more. It's too much low end on these. Well, where are they? Whoop. These guys. Just throwing
560, the bass cuts.
Too much top on these dudes as well. These would be nicer, just not so shearing up there, right? Let's pop those two on. Like, oh, not this one anymore. Bye. Okay. Yeah, cool. Bit of Reeves and Mortimer. Where's can I copy a send?
You sure can. So just to the left of where the ascends are, you see those modifier buttons?
Yep, these.
Nope, to the left. Left. The left, like vertical gray bar.
No.
Go left more.
Oh, this.
There you go. Oh, almost. A little bit more left. Do you see one that says copy?
Oh, okay. Right, so you click on one and copy it.
So hit on that, and then say which one you want to copy.
Ugh, not like that. Oh, wow.
And you can swipe, and it automatically does it.
Okay, it's a little disturbing. That's cool. Yeah, why not? That's cool. Yeah, cool. All right, that is intense. Okay, well, then we got it. You know, we just keep going. And I'm gonna, oh, that's cool for me. So let's just explore this a little bit more, because see this, I'm not really a fan of these bottles at this speed. So I'll do the consolidate, and then it is in mixed mode now, presumably. It's showing mixed
so
here. These are in tempo, but this one is not.
It's committed the varispeed, and now you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah. I want to put it in reverse. How do I do that? I'm joking.
You export, go into...
yeah, really, yeah. It would be nice in reverse. Yeah, I mean, tap to transient, of course. That's always very nice. Yeah, it's a little healthier. Still not going to stay in the mix. I think everyone's going. But, you know, there you go, see?
You give it a shot.
Yeah, and I would just tend to... What would be nice, though, is to render these guys out to just the stereo file. How would I do that? Quickly and easily.
So hit the solo button on those tracks, and then hit Option Command B.
When they're selected?
Yep.
I bounce them, yep.
And then just hit Mix Down. So since those are sold, it's just going to be those tracks and just that selection that you made on the timeline. And Finder should pop open here. Or it probably did open on your screen. We just didn't see it. There it is.
That's cool. And I can make that.
So, well, you'll notice something interesting happening here is that the track you dragged it onto is it's a mono track.
Does that matter?
But the cool thing about Luna is it'll play back in mono, but you can put any type of file you want on any type of track, and it'll do what it needs to do.
Yeah, man.
So create
by
new stereo
all
track
means, and just pop this lad down. Oh, we're going to use my shortcuts.
It is.
And pop this guy in the right place here. Nice. Just let loop that in.
There it is.
You know what's a nice trick for the quick and dirty? How do I put that both on? Okay, it's quick and dirty edits like this, and a nice little trick I find is you'll get these clicks, right? But if you pop on, if you have it, mouth declick, I mean, it can work. It's not working right now. I put it on the wrong track, maybe.
Oh, yeah, you put it on the track above it.
Yeah, doesn't hurt. You can put mouth declick on everything, and it does create a lot of latency. Actually, it's a bit of a hog. I mean, it needs time, I think, to do its work. It's nice. I mean, with the clicks it's removing
cool,
are these. Do you hear those? Make them bigger. Anyway, it's
And now kind of soften off the transient
it
on
mellows
those.
them quite significantly, yeah. I mean, because we pitched it down an octave, all of those things are kind of blazing away in a quite a low manner. So we could have maybe done that. Yeah, still pretty low. Anyway, just put the shaping after, and keep going, keep carving. I mean, or just do this a little bit more delicately than this, and but I quite like that because you might want to now just do some horrendous fast guys, And now without the click on, let's see if it makes a difference. No. Amazing. Brilliant example. But trust me, it can really, really help. I mean, the piano loop would probably be a better demo if I just, grab a nuggie of that and pop it on our stereo dude. And, probably we can create some problems to remove here.
Or you could do the simple solution of, adding crossfades.
They do. It seems to add the crossfade. It's doing it for me, isn't it? What's this?
So that's the opportunity. That's the handle to make a crossfade.
Yeah, opportunity fade. See, it's doing quite a nice job of not clicking, actually. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Actually sounds really good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really
you do have the mouth you turned it off, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't even need mouth declick. Amazing. I want to probably do some of that to the track. Sounds really good. So
it's like, you just made something even cooler.
Yeah, just end up doing that. I mean, I would like to see. I'm a big fan of the commit effects thing. It's really nice to have that. I think it'd be good. There's so many requests for version 2 on there. It's quite boring, really. Just saying, wouldn't it be good if it could? I mean, obviously, it would be nice to do reverse. That would probably be quite a good one.
Number one.
Yeah, I just never get tired of reverse and slow down. I'm just like it's just you can't argue with him, really. But, I don't know how we're doing for time, but this has been really fun.
This has been super fun, yeah. And we've come up here just over an hour, so. Jamie, this has been super fun, man. Kind of getting to see your varispeed tricks and how Luna can quickly pull stuff like that off, and just to see how you get inspired from like a loop, start laying some vocals and kind of playing around, adding effects, just having fun with it. You can end up with all sorts of fun and weirdness.
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, yeah, it's been great. I mean, I must admit, just sitting here with you, being my tutor, has been really helpful. Thanks, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
See,
man.
I've got some. See that? Any of that mouth declick is great for that. On the podcast, I'd put it on everyone.
Use that on everyone, yeah.
Yeah, and I just did notice that it's a really good effect for a quick and dirty solution to when you do have drones or sustaining sounds that are putting up a click, and you don't. Yeah, you could just, of course, you could kind of, not always. You kind of fix it with a fade. Because you kind of reveal audio you don't want to reveal, for example.
Exactly. So sometimes you end up with something inside that handle that you don't actually like.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Well, Jamie, dude, thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us. And
pleasure.
This is some really cool tricks. And I hope everybody at home enjoyed kind of getting an insight into how Jamie's using Luna to make just all sorts of fun music stuff.
And maybe next time we'll get into this. Does this start to come into focus?
It's the perfect amount of blur to add a
Perfect amount of
mystery
blur,
and
yeah. I could probably move this over. Should we just move it over? Dangerous. This is
we
probably
should
dangerous.
we'll have to do a little partner jam of
Yeah, man.
modulars coast to coast.
Oh yeah, you're a modular guy, aren't you? I can see. I've seen some of your modularity
Got
behind
the
you.
little guys back there.
Yeah, you see all
Nothing-
of
those
that
are
in the
sick.
varispeed world. It's quite.
Uh-huh.
But anyway,
All right, so if anyone wants to see Ben and Jamie, and we'll get Lev on that one too.
oh yeah, Lev,
We'll-
of course, man.
We'll do a big modular and Luna jam kind of thing.
Yeah, and anyone who wants these sounds, by the way, go to my Bandcamp page, grab them. They're totally free. If you want to make a donation, whatever. And also Lev, who you mentioned, a great part of the Luna team, is going to be on my next podcast, which is going to be on Monday. I'm working on a
Fantastic.
new video at the moment, which is why everything's been delayed. I say a bye week for the pods, but this is definitely a try week. So, yeah, man.
Well, I really look forward to hearing and seeing that episode.
Yeah, exactly.
great.
Yeah, I might make the whole pod video. I'm not sure. Yeah, steady on.
21st century.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, Jamie, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate you spending some time with us and
Pleasure.
sharing these tips and ideas. And
Yeah,
look forward to having you back here soon.
anytime, man. Love it.
Sounds all right.
Bye,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.